So I'm going to do a quick tutorial about how to do number 16 from the practice test. It's a memory map question. So let's look at this diagram over here. There's some things we should know about the memory map before we start. The first being every memory map has, or every row in the memory map has an address that is indexed in hexadecimal. So we have, for example, here 7487AE60 as the address for argument v. Now argument v we see takes up 2 rows. That's because argv is a pointer, and pointers take up 8 bytes. Each of these rows are worth 4 bytes, which means it takes up 2 rows. Argc, on the other hand, is just a regular integer, and therefore it only requires 1 row of the memory map. argv is a pointer. For these pointers, first of all, you read them backwards. So argv is a pointer to a character, meaning that argv's contents are going to be the address of another pointer, and then that pointer's going to itself point to another location in memory, but in that location in memory it'll be the first character of our arguments. argc, on the other hand, is just an integer, and it represents the number of arguments that are being passed to the subroutine or program. In this case, the program is print details, and hello, this is a test are the arguments. Therefore, 5 arguments, the value of argc would be 5. One more thing to know about the memory map is that this address here, it ends in 60. The next row up would be 64, then 6 C would come out after that. I'm sorry, no, actually this is incorrect. It should be 64, then 68, then 6C, then it starts all over again with 70. So it looks like this diagram has some inconsistency in it, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter too much. Now, where do these numbers come from? They're randomly generated by the operating system. The OS looks to see where it can fit all the data it needs to run this program or subroutine. So that's where these values come from. If you were to run this program many times, you would notice that it would be different memory locations every time. So I started this off with a memory map already that I made in Excel, and I already filled in argc and argv just like it has here for the homework. In real life, argv is actually usually underneath argc, just something to know, but for this particular problem, I guess he didn't want us to worry about that. So argc, we said, is the number of parameters that are, or arguments that are passed to the subroutine. My CMD is taking 3 of them. It's taking this is CS288. So the value here should be 3. And I'm going to highlight this whole row just so that we know that it's all part of that argc, that this is all part of argc. argv, on the other hand, is a pointer, and therefore we said occupies 2 rows or 8 bytes of data. This entire thing is a 32-bit addressing scheme, meaning we only need one of these rows, 32 bits, to represent an address. So I'm just going to blank out that first row right away. And now argv's contents, right? So let's say that this is in location 0000. This starts 1 row above it, so it's 4. This would be 8, and so on and so forth. And let's just say that the first pointer is just going to be at location 0000. Let's do, you know what, let's just do 1, let's go 1. I guess 1C should be fine. So let's do 1C. So then sometime later in the memory map, we finally get to that address, 0000001C. And we said that it's a pointer. So let's use a color to represent this whole thing is the first pointer, right? And 32-bit addressing scheme, we don't need this top row. And this is going to point to somewhere in memory where we're going to start with the first character of our arguments. In this case, the first word is this, so the first character would be T. And let's just arbitrarily say that that starts at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, I don't know, 4, 0. Okay. So now the next argument, well, before we start that, let's actually say, okay, so some time later in the memory map, or I'm sorry, higher up in the memory map, is this location 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 0. And that is going to contain actually the very first letter. So that's where our T goes, right? H would go after that, I would go after that, S would go after that, and our null byte would go after that. Right, in 0, these are all 4, 4. So now, right, one row above this is 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, and the row above that would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 4, and that's where our next pointer goes. So that's going, I'm just going to make this one green. This is our second pointer. And now the address that goes in the second pointer is going to be the address of where the first character of the second argument goes. The second argument being the word is, its first character being the letter I. So these arguments are all consecutive in memory, meaning right after the null byte of the word this is where the letter I for is would be. So this location right here is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 4. This is all those zeros 4, 5, right? So that's what goes here, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 5. Finally, we have one more argument. So we're going to select this entire, we're going to select these two rows and highlight them. This is 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, 8. This is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, C. And this is 0, 0, 0, 0, 2, F. Now we said 32-bit addressing scheme, we don't need these top rows for any of those pointers. But this bottom row is going to represent the location in memory where the first character of the third pointer begins. So the third argument is going to be CS288. Its first character is C, and that's going to start right here, right after the null byte of our second argument. So C goes there, S goes there, 2, 8, 8, null byte. And this address is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 8. So this is the address that goes in here, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 8. And just for clarity, I'm going to highlight these to be their respective column color.
You're practicing your speech?
Yeah. No, I'm doing something for school.
Oh.
And
That's it.
no, I'm recording a video. Okay. So that's how this works. That's how you fill out the memory map. The next part of that was he wanted arrows pointing to where everything goes. So for that, I have this here. We're going to open this guy here. Alright, so this is actually easier now because we have it all set up. This is the easy part of this. So this pointer, right, argv, points to where? It points to the address of the pointer that is going to point to the first character of the first argument. So this pointer right here, argv, points to here, right? And then this one, first pointer, points to here. Now, because we specified the count is going to know, it's going to tell the computer how many of these pointer arguments there are that we have to iterate through, right? So the next argument here is going to point to this character. That's this character with the I right here. It's going to point to this location in memory, 000045, we said is this spot. And then finally, this one, 48, is going to point to this location in memory, which is here. So I think that's it. I think that covered everything for the problem. If you have any questions, just let me know.